So here we have it. Things got pretty heated on the 5, all over what actually happened during the Trump versus Harris debate. We already know ABC rigged it. Kamala had an earpiece. She knew the questions. Trump was caught in a 4v1 and he had to play a lot more defense than he could offense. But there are people out there that disagree. So we're here to get into it. And as always, if you guys are new here, welcome to the King Squad. This is the best reaction channel on YouTube. And if nobody told you today, I hope you're having a great day at whatever time you're watching this, okay? I hope everybody's making their money legally and drinking their water. No, this is not financial advice. And let's get right into the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate all your support. You guys are awesome. And I will be giving my commentary periodically throughout the video, more so on the back end. Stay tuned for that. Let's get right into it, guys.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Waters, along with Judge Jeanine Pirro, Harold Ford Jr., Shannon Bream, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and Donald Trump showing up in Kamala's backyard, California, for yet another one of his signature blockbuster press conferences. The former president working like the Energizer Bunny, taking one question after the other, something our press-shy VP couldn't dream of doing, given that she hasn't done a solo presser in 54 days since being crowned as Queen of the Democrats. Trump throwing everything in the kitchen sink at her.
I'm here today in California with a very simple message for the American people. We cannot allow Comrade Kamala Harris and the communist left to do to America what they did to California. Kamala was the godmother of sanctuary cities. Is a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist. She never worked at McDonald's. She said she stood over those French fries when they were being fried, and it was so tough work. She never worked there. She's a liar.
The former president talked for over an hour, but Kamala did speak today too, responding to one reporter's question, and it was a doozy.
How are you feeling about Pennsylvania?
I am feeling very good about Pennsylvania because there are a lot of people in Pennsylvania who deserve to be seen and heard. That's why I'm here in Johnstown.
Kamala could be getting a free car when she chats with DNC Speaker Oprah Winfrey next week. I can't wait. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is unloading on the biased ABC debate moderators who went on a fact-check rampage against them, while letting Harris hoaxes fly.
I thought the debate was great. I thought I did very well, but I was fighting 3 people. I was fighting the crazy left radical lunatics at ABC. I lost a lot of respect for David Muir. He came at me with things, and a guy who has good hair, but not as good as it was 5 years ago. David Muir tried to correct me when I said that crime is rampant like never before. This foolish man, this foolish fool.
Oh, this foolish fool. So we're still talking about the debate, Judge Jeanine.
Well, I want to talk about Kamala. I want to talk about the fact that when they asked her how she was feeling about Pennsylvania, she says, I feel good about Pennsylvania because there's a lot of people. And then, like, what did she say? You see, she can't say anything unless she's scripted, Harold. You're going to have to admit that. But let's talk about where we are. The race is unchanged. Even Kamala's aides say that the race is unchanged. The ultimate challenge is for Kamala to be able to get people to support her because Trump's numbers are not moving. They are solid. They're not going anywhere. And she believes she's got to disqualify him. So what is she going to do? She's going to lie for the next few weeks. All right? She's going to say everything she needs to say, to make people believe he's going to take away their Social Security, he's going to take away health care. I mean, all stuff that's been debunked. And obviously the media is not going to help him with any of that stuff. But the crazy part about this is that Trump and Vance have done 48 interviews and she and Waltz have done 8. Now she wants to do Oprah Winfrey out here. Now that should be interesting. I can't imagine that's going to be a tough one for her. But at the end of the day, it's 54 days and she still hasn't done a solo presser. And she said, now she's saying she needs more debate. She's the one who turned down the debate at Fox in the beginning of September. Now she's feeling confident, and she wants more debates. But in the end, it's not gonna do her any good. No one has changed. She hasn't changed anyone's mind. It's like she got out there and she spoke, and people were like, "Wow, she can talk for 2 minutes. She's good." And finally, I want to remind you of what Sanders said. He said, Bernie Sanders, her values never changed. I don't think she's abandoning her ideals. She's just pragmatic about what she needs to do to get elected.
Mm-hmm. Greg, you saw Donald Trump out in California talking about Kamala not ever working at McDonald's, talking about David Muir's hair. Mm-hmm. How did you think the president did out there?
You know, I was just listening to him, and I was focusing on the issues, unlike you, Jesse. He talked about this. It's kind of a sense of how America is with sanctuary cities and crime, homelessness, mental illness. It's as though the chickens have come home to roost, which is a phrase I just coined. Every time the Democrats remove a boundary or a limit or a disincentive, it has a consequence, and it's a consequence they never mention. So when you see crime and the chaos and the frustration of the American people, those are the consequences. But there's one consequence that the Democrats should feel most responsible for: Donald Trump. He's the direct, I mean, they hate him, but he is the direct result of what they wrought. Democrats abandoned the foundations and structure of society, whether it's on the border, support for police, civil order, patriotism. These are all kind of, together you feel and sense a decline. Do you think Trump would have even run if the state of the country was fine? Do you think he'd be doing this if crime, immigration, foreign policy, economy was operating under reasonable conditions? If he couldn't make it better, if he couldn't make it, even if as a self-interest person, you don't go in when things are going great, because then you look bad when it goes down. You go in at the bottom so you look good.
I always go in at the bottom.
That is true, Jesse, but let's leave your personal life out of this. I don't think it's the MAGA movement that inspired Trump. It was the Democrats who drove this country down. Trump is fueled by the same thing that Americans are. We're just fed up with being fed up.
He's a turnaround artist. He came in 16, did turn things around, and then it got wrecked. He's now coming back, looking for another comeback. You think he's got it?
Well, I remember talking to him in 2015, doing an interview when he was talking again about running for president. We all sort of said, is this another head fake? Because he does this, and everybody gets very excited and wants to hear what he has to say. And when we were wrapping up that interview, he said to me, "I don't feel like you're taking me seriously." And I said, "Because I think you've got so much at stake." And he said, "That's why the only reason I would run," this is back in 2015, "is if I thought I had to do it to save the country." I think that's truly where he's motivated from all those years ago. And listen, if most of the mainstream media, supporters of the vice president think she won the other night, and if you believe that, then you should want her to do the press conference that we saw with him today, where he's talking economy and border and crime and water usage rights. I mean, why not let her go out and show that she can do those things? She's got some caution from within her own party. Representative Clyburn, remember, just days ago said, "I don't really think you should do the one-on-one interviews because they drill down, and then you may end up saying something that could be used negatively against you." But that's the whole point of vetting a candidate.
It is. Harold, do you think she's going to get drilled down on when she does the big Oprah interview?
I hope so. I hope that they get subs. When you ask the question, I'm not.
What? She is not going to get drilled down by Oprah, okay? She's going to Oprah because that's a safe space. It's to me, it's equivalent as Kamala going on The View. That's kind of how that strikes me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
To answer the question. Belated happy birthday again.
Oh, thanks, Harold. And thank you for the robe. Thank you for the robe. Though it is kind of short, but that's okay.
By design.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of both candidates doing more press conferences. I agree with you, Shannon. I think they should do another debate. I've said before, it's really an affront to the country that the two people who want to be president, who want the privilege of serving us as president, won't stand side by side at least 3 times. The idea that we're going to allow candidates to dictate to us when and if they're going to debate is something foreign. I hope that we end the tradition after this race. 2, in a democracy, the point of it is to give voters a choice. I think the choice that both candidates are giving us right now, Judge, about the economic policies. The only thing I've heard concretely is that President Trump wants no taxes on tips and overtime pay. Interesting ideas at a time which we have a $36 trillion debt. I'm just curious what does that do for growth? And then she wants to provide down payment assistance for home ownership, first-time homeowners, and provide child care credits. I get the rationale for it, but how does that fit into an overall kind of economic plan? Neither of the candidates have laid any of that out, from education to health care. We've heard a little bit about the border. Think about this. We are paying this year $1 trillion in interest payments on our debt. That's more than we paid for national defense. The first time that has ever happened. I didn't hear a question from ABC about that. I do wish the president would stop complaining about the refs. You're a grown man, you're a rich man, you're a former president. Stop complaining, give us your ideas. And for Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania, we need more than that. Saying you're here to give people and give voice and give face to supporters, and I'm for you. We need more than that. The country needs to hear more about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Because if you're elected, whether you're Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, you want to have somewhat of a mandate to do something. You may not get the overall 55-45 vote or a commanding 300 plus electoral votes, but give the country a sense of what you want to do on the big issues that confront us each and every day.
But
and thus far, we don't have that.
The country has had the benefit of seeing what Trump can do with the Trump tax cuts and seeing what Kamala is doing with the inflation the economy and the immigration.
When you go to the iPhone store in the coming days, you're going to order the iPhone 16. No one's clamoring for the iPhone 11. They want to know what do we have coming ahead of us?
I want the iPhone that's going to work, and I want the immigration policy that's going to keep these people out.
And he is yet to give us. All I'm saying is, Judge, I hear you. And I know you hear me too. And if you're defending your position, I get it. I just want them to stand side by side. And let's get some issues in this next time they have this debate.
How about we do it on Fox? That's a great idea. Did anybody say that one? I mean, everybody on Fox said that one, but because every time our candidate goes over to these liberal platforms, he gets attacked and they try to sabotage him and sink him every time. And then he's fighting a 4v1, 3v1 turned into a 4v1. Kamala's got earpieces in like 007 Agent Smith or something. And it's just nuts. Like, what is going on? The moderators are fighting Trump. Trump is getting shot at. It's like I'm watching John Wick. Like, what is happening? It's like, and then you guys are mad that he won't do another debate, or he doesn't want to, or all these different things. But look at what's happened to him every time he's done a debate, every time he puts his face out there. And then he's getting shot at while trying to play golf. I mean, this stuff is nuts. Can you blame the man for really wanting to just kind of fall back and just focus on getting into the White House? I mean, I don't think he's falling back at all. I think he's pushing forward, but he's doing it more strategically because he has to. I mean, there's assassination attempts on his life. So he's got to be more careful and more cautious, because God forbid, third time's the charm. God forbid. OK, we don't want that. That's why we say prayers out to Trump, prayers out to you guys, prayers out to everybody. But how about we take it to a place that's not going to try to delete Trump? Can we do that one? Will Ku Klux Kamala agree to that? I don't think so. But I think that if they were to do that, Trump would be more inclined, because he's less likely to sit here and have a deletion attempt on his life in a place where they're more likely to hear both sides out, even though we know that they're not the liberal media. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments.
You have the press conference, Vice President Harris. I want them to query you about, how do you plan to do these things? Are you concerned about the debt? No one ever asked President Trump about the debt. So these are the things I'm concerned about.
So then you agree the moderators didn't ask the cutting questions, right, Harold?
I would have asked different questions.
Good, thank you.
Get a room, you two. Honestly, get a room. Click here.
Yeah, as far as the debt goes, I think that, it could be brought down to some degree, but that's just what it's going to be. It's kind of like when I see inflation, I see that, okay, the new set price is the new standard, and then they build on top of that. So as far as the debt clock, I think it would go up. That's my personal thoughts about that. Let me know what you guys think about that. There's some issues where I think that are kind of out of Trump's control personally. But I do believe that Trump is way more healthier than the country than Kamala would be. Trump being a businessman, he knows how to handle money. He knows how to keep businesses afloat and all that kind of stuff. And he knows how to handle the paperwork. That's kind of how I see that. That's kind of how I see Trump. When I see Kamala, I see her laughing. I see her aloof. They're trying to strike her. Well, rewrite her as this fearless leader. She's for the people, but she's literally the reason the people are suffering. So it's backwards. But that's my own personal thoughts about it, you guys. I just think that Kamala is completely unfit. And yeah, that's my personal thoughts. I know there's people that follow that completely disagree. Everybody's, definitely encouraged to put their own thoughts and opinions and comments down below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, of course. But yeah, I do believe that I think Trump is kind of past it to and when I say that he's not really too inclined to do another debate, which he already stated. But I think if we would have caught him maybe immediately after the ABC debate, then he may and said it was like, okay, we do another debate on Fox, then maybe we could have gotten a third debate with it being on Fox, that is, beefed up security on Fox and everything. But yeah, after everything they've done, I can't see Trump doing another debate and him being enthusiastic to or anything of such, because they don't work with Trump. Okay, they work against him, they fight him, they attack him. So it's obvious why he wouldn't, be enthusiastic about, hey, let's do a third debate. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. That's all I have to say about this as of right now. And thank you to everybody who left a positive comment, shares these videos, likes, comments, and subscribes, and all that great stuff. Shout out to the King Squad. You guys are the bomb.com, the King Squad family, King Squad elites. You guys are all awesome. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Okay, and I hope everybody's having a blessed and prosperous day. Okay, all that beautiful stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.